Alright, so a couple days ago, I had an epiphany. I was on a hike in San Diego and the warm sun was shining on my face, the wind was crisp, and I was just slowed down, fully present, and in the moment, feeling extremely grateful and loving. Like I was just like overwhelming love. I just wanted to squeeze somebody's face off with love. And I had this thought.
Because what's definitely true right now is that there's not enough love in this world. So it's like a real jerk move to keep your love inside, you know?
And so I wanted to update you guys on how it's been going and also how I really got to that moment and epiphany and awesomeness moment. So the last couple of vlogs, it wasn't going so well, grinding for my business, grinding poker and making money to invest in some things I really want to use to launch my podcast and career as a coach and emotional intelligence and leadership mentor, speaker, writer, all of that stuff. So I was like, I know that I need a small investment to at least get started, and I was just really focused on that first. I fully focused on poker. And one of the first people I called up was Tommy Angelo. He is a poker mental game coach, professional player, and author. Also just an amazing guy. He actually was a guest on the WTF Am I Doing With My Life podcast, which you can find on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, iHeartRadio, any place that has a podcast, it's there. He talks about his awesome WTF Am I Doing With My Life drunk moment that shifted his life to where he is now, put him on the path to Zen. And it's just an incredible story. And of course, while I had him for the podcast, I decided to ask him some advice on how do I not be in such a hurry.
Well, Kristy, you are uniquely prepared to do at the table what I advise all my clients to do, no matter what sort of stress you're undergoing. So in your case, you're saying, okay, I'm feeling stressed, I'm in a hurry, I'm impatient. You know, impatient is a common theme that we all experience. The best advice I could possibly give is to sit up straight and mindfully exhale, and that's it. The reason it works is what's fascinating to me. It has to do with physiology, among other things, but you're oxygenating your body completely. All the tubes are straight and everything, so there's all that. But the more important thing is what's happening mentally, because what you're doing is you're consciously taking yourself outside of your own mental thinking.
Video time.
I'm taking mindful breaths now.
Are you?
Yeah.
Mindful breaths?
Yeah.
Did you hear that guy's voice? Mindful breaths. Guess he's not super into that. But just between you and me, that guy really needs some mindful breaths. Anyway, so after that, I started gaining some traction. I was playing pretty much every day, and I was pretty quickly up 10K, and I was like, yeah, I got this going. Okay, now I need to really focus on my podcast and integrate that back in. And what's awesome is I had twice as many downloads in October than I did in August. And so once I had that going, I decided to add something else to my plate, which is I decided to take on another leadership team. So I'm now coaching about 50 players, and I have my own group of 7 players, and what they are doing is taking on their lives in a completely new way, learning these EQ skills and creating a plan over 100 days to achieve extraordinary goals, whatever they are for themselves. You know, all of those things that we're like, I want to do someday. Well, that's what we do in this leadership program, and it is amazing to see people's transformation. It is amazing to be a part of it, and I love it so much. And of course, it is completely in line with my vision of who I want to be, and I'm honing my skills as a coach. So I'm loving what I'm doing, but man, I started to get overloaded. And then a couple days ago, it all came to a head. It was a day that started out at 7 a.m. I was on coaching calls for 2.5 hours. And then I went to work out. And then, you know, me and Andrew were trying to have a baby. And then we did that. And then we went to go look for a house in San Diego because we're looking to buy a house. And then I drove down to Tijuana to do a podcast interview with this amazing guy. His name is Ryan. And he was diagnosed with stage 4 lymphoma a 1.5 years ago, and he went the alternative route, no chemo. And I interviewed him at my friend's hospital. It's a Gerson therapy hospital in Tijuana, and oh my gosh, to see him, how healthy he is. He was an amazing interview. I can't wait for you guys to hear it. It's coming up this week. But then I drove 2.5 hours north to go play poker, and then, you know, I just been stretched so thin that I haven't really been playing. I've only been playing like once every week or so, and I just wasn't in the rhythm, and I made some costly mistakes, and, you know, lost a few thousand, and it just like, I was just like so freaking out like this. I'm like, oh, so frustrated with myself because I started to feel like I was failing at everything. Like I was making mistakes in poker. I wasn't giving my podcast my all. And, you know, some of my coaching I wasn't totally present for. And I just stopped again. I took a mindful breath and I asked myself, slow down, Kristy. Why are you doing what you're doing? Remember that. And I thought back, I'm like, okay, I'm grinding to start this new career in business because I feel like it's my calling. I am coaching because I want to be the best that I can be, and I'm on this journey. And I drove down to Tijuana to bring inspiration to my listeners. And then all of a sudden I felt a renewed sense of energy and calmness. And then knowing that I was, you know, kind of not really creating what I wanted to create because I was stretched so thin, I just said, okay, stop beating yourself up, but what's not working? And let's switch things around. So what I decided is I'm taking the 7K that I am up right now and I'm going to spend it. And I'm just not going to play poker until I need more money. If I need more money at some point. If I spend that and I'm not making money from podcasts or enough, then I'll go back to playing poker and do it in a way that's focused. And then also for the podcast, at this moment, I'm going to start just doing it every Tuesday for sure. No doubt about it, every Tuesday there's going to be a new podcast, and sometimes Fridays. When it's quality, when it's awesome, when I'm inspired, I'll put Friday shows out, or it'll be shorter or like a tiny segment. Not sure exactly what that looks like, but my main goal is that I bring people quality. It's clean, it's organized, and it is valuable. That's what I want. And also to have time to promote it, to share, and to figure out how to reach as many people as I can. So, what I've really learned is that we need to slow down sometimes. Slow down at least enough to ask yourself, is this what I'm doing working? Ask yourself in your relationships, hey, how are we doing? Ask yourself in your job, hey, do I like what I'm doing, and am I doing it effectively and efficiently? And slow down because it allows ourselves to be what life really is, which is in this moment. It's only happening now, and how we are and who we're being in the very moment is what creates our results. So, like right now, you and me, here we are, creating right now. And I'm speaking to a camera, but I actually feel like I'm connecting with whoever's watching. So, that's it. And remember, share the love. We don't have enough in this world. There's definitely not enough. So don't be a jerk face. And how you do that is slowing down.